Tell everybody who you are.
Oh, so I'm Laila Aitken Ali, a Pakistani. So my dad is from Pakistan, my mom's Italian, and I was born in New York City, the melting pot of America. And who am I? So I've been someone who, at this tender age, in the 40s, somewhere in the 40s, I won't dwell any further. I've learned that a lot of the things that I thought were going to happen, or I constructed my life to look like, often didn't turn out the way that they were supposed
Hmm.
to.
Hmm.
And I think one of the biggest lessons in that was my divorce, my own divorce, and that story that I had before and during and after it, right? So I think with a lot of, you know, I would say self realizations, a journey through my own mind and my heart and my life itself and where I came from and where I was going, and understanding all of that, I've learned a lot, and I realized that, could I've done things a little differently? Maybe, for sure. But I do know that life doesn't have to be painful.
Hmm.
And I think where I came in and understood where that my superpower that I could actually, give to other people was that that hope, that realization that actually this story that they might be living at this moment, as hurtful and painful as it might be, doesn't have to be like that forever. And there are ways to, trust yourself. There are ways to understand who you are better. I mean, I really realize now, and of course, it's easy to say this in hindsight, but divorce is kind of a new lease on life, and I embraced it. Was it easy? No. Was it an easy journey? It was up and down. It was a roller coaster ride for sure, but I embraced it, and I'm better for it. Way better for it. I've got a lot of intel, information, and thoughts to share for sure. I don't hold those back. Um, and as I said before with you, and we have had our conversations, I just
Hmm.
hope that it helps people and it helps guide
Yeah.
people through their own journey. So, resilience. I mean, I feel that it shows up for every single person living on this planet, right? We've got so many things that come uh, up against us, that every day we're making choices and decisions, right? And resilience is about paving forward, just keep going, and knowing that those things might show up and things might happen to block us, or to try to block us, or to try to maybe, I don't, pivot us, or teach us something, but that's actually really important. And so resilience is going, you know what? No matter what comes my way, I got this. Trusting myself. That's resilience, really, at the end of the day. That they're showing up for themselves every day, that they're showing up, to learn, to grow, that they're showing up in their lives and taking action, that they are doing the work, and figuratively too, because as we know, going through divorce or separation, there's a lot of work that's involved in it, right? It's not great work. It's like doing your taxes in a very emotional state over and over again, right? So that's resilience. I mean, the sheer fact that you wake up, show up for yourself, that's resilience. Even when you don't know what the outcome could be, right? There's a certain degree where a lot of people lose hope in one moment or the other, or lose sight of anything that is going for them. All they can see is things that are going against them, right? And oftentimes they have these moments of like, oh my God. But what I see in all that is that they do look for something that's like that, I don't know, that lifesaver, right? Like one little thing, whether it be, I don't know, I have a dinner with some friends tomorrow, or you know what, that person just let me have their parking space. wow, okay, that's something to be happy about. Let's just hold on to that, right? And I do notice that people are, even though when they're really in the trenches of dread or hurt or pain, they still do find they find that little piece of hope, that piece of light. They end up doing it for themselves. They don't even have to get it pointed out to them. So it's holding on to that and saying, hey, I did find something that I can be happy about. That's something that I can hold on to. And that's super important to recognize that in yourself, right? So we do it operationally and we don't even notice we're doing it. We don't notice that we're doing that. We don't notice that we're having moments of gratitude or thankfulness that something good at little, something little even has happened for us, right? And we just keep on going. Well, that's what's letting you keep on going. That's resilience.
A lot of people may not know that that's resilience.
Mm,
They may not even know that they need to take some time to have a little self-talk, so that
mm,
they can move toward resilience. What is that phrase? What does that word mean, resilience, when you couple it with self-talk?
hmm. That's a good question. I mean, eh, I think that you are your best cheerleader, always will be. You're the person who knows yourself the most. So where self-talk is incorporated is if you're telling yourself or reminding yourself of those things, right? Or reminding yourself of who you are, um, and constantly doing that, then it helps. It helps you to move forward, right? Because we're all capable. We all have what it takes. We forget that along the way, be it because we've gone through heartache, loss, sadness, adversarial people in our lives or up
Mhm, right,
against us
right, yeah.
who've had nasty things to say about us that we start absorbing. And, our self worth starts diminishing. So it's finding that one little thing. And I mean this and I say it a lot, like, ask yourself, what is one thing I'm good at? I know one thing I'm good at. Like, I could say I can make a mean pasta, and I would always go to that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm really good
Uh,
at making some pasta.
I'm
Some
coming to
good
your
old
house.
Italian tomato sauce, original pasta, right? But if I can't find anything because I'm feeling so crappy about myself, there is one thing, and it doesn't have to be an emotional tie. It could be literally a skill, something like, hey,
Mhm,
I'm good at fast walking. I'm good at
mm,
running. I'm good at this, whatever it is, start there. Because I guarantee if you start with one thing that you're good at, it will multiply to two, and then it will go to three, and then it will go to four. And you start opening those gates. It's like anything. It's like, what's the rule of thumb of creating a habit? Well,
mhm.
you start small, right? You do one thing, and then that you do it again. Or when you do it again, right? Or, I don't want to work out. Well, you start with 5 minutes of a workout, and then that 5 minutes turns into 10, and that 10 minutes turns into 15. It's the same thing about telling yourself, reminding yourself of what you're good at. Trust me. Yeah.
But
And
go ahead,
yeah.
please. Go ahead.
No, no, self-talk. And it's, there's so much more to self-talk because I like to say that, okay, so connecting the dots, right? It starts with, all right, finding that one thing you're good at or something that you're proud of about yourself, right? And it doesn't have to tie into the situation you're in, what you're going through. And that's something to also remind yourself is that when you do go down the path of self talk, you are, you know, it's not contrived because no one, when you talk from a place that you don't believe in, then it doesn't do anything for you. And that's why I always say it's like, do something that's real.